Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the latest broadcast here from Rebels Radio as we bring you all the action of today's Evo Sticks Southern Premier League clash between Slough Town and Frome Town. Slough will be looking to only a few home games left of the season. Only after today they've only got 3 home games in the league left. They will be looking for maximum points, but they will struggle and have struggled against the Frome side, who are the bogey team against the Rebels here at Slough. Frome have actually won the last 4 meetings between the two sides, and Slough have only ever beaten Frome once, and that was in the FA Cup in 1980. So there you go. Slough have got some changes and some hoodoos to break if they are to get anything out of today's game. A couple of things for you. We'll run through the fixtures as well. Huge thank you to our 2 sponsors, who are My Football Club, the online football community, and also the Slough Town Supporters Trust. So those are our 2 sponsors. We thank you for their continued support as always. And if you want to get in contact with us here at Rebels Radio, you can do so in a couple of ways. If you're listening via YouTube, you should see that there's a little bit that says comments underneath the screen that you're looking at. Put your comments on, it will come through to us here, and we'll give you a shout out as long as you keep them clean. And also, if you are on Twitter and you'd like to message us on Twitter or send a tweet, it's at MyFC Rebels Radio, and that is how you do that, and that will come through to us here, and we'll give you a shout out as well. Tell us where you are, who you are, or what you're listening. I don't know where you're from. That's it. Where you're from, who you are, and what, I don't know. If it doesn't matter whether you're a Frome fan or a Slough fan. We'll give you a shout out. Hopefully there'll be something to action-wise for us to talk about rather than shouting people's names out. But we shall see. So a couple of things for you. I'll run through the other fixtures in the Southern Premier League for you, and we will try to keep you updated with the scores from those games. So upcoming games for the Rebels. Slough embark on 5 away games in a row after today, starting with Kings Lynn on Tuesday the 10th of March. There is no supporters coach going to that game. We are aiming hopefully to be able to broadcast from Kings Lynn on Tuesday evening, so we should be doing that unless anything changes. We should be broadcasting on Tuesday night. Then the following Saturday, Slough are away on the 17th of March. Was that right? Tuesday can't be the 13th. It's got to be the 13th of March, isn't it? Sorry. Tuesday the 13th of March. Today's the 10th. My apologies. So next Saturday, 17th of March, Slough are away to Bishop Stortford. Now, we have been told that they do not normally allow commentary or live commentary of their game, so you may find that there will not be a broadcast for that game. That's next Saturday the 17th of March. Then after that, Slough are away to St Ives on Tuesday the 20th of March. Is that right? Yeah, that's about right. And there will be a 7:45 kickoff. We will be commentating on those. There's no coach for the supporters going to Kings Lynn, but there is a coach going to Bishop Stortford. That will leave St Joseph's School at 12:30. It's a £20 for that. And on Tuesday, the game away to St Ives. There'll be again £20 for a seat on the coach, and that's a 5 p.m. kickoff from St Joseph's School again. So there you go. That is what you need to know about the up and coming games. Just a reminder that Slough will be facing the MK Dons in the Berks and Bucks Senior Cup semi-final. Now this game will be played at Arbour Park. We are just waiting for confirmation of the date for that game to go on. So that game will be a home game in that one. That will be coming up sometime soon. So I'll run through the other fixtures for you in the Southern Premier League for you today. Banbury versus Farnborough, Basingstoke versus St Neots, Biggleswade versus Weymouth, Bishop Stortford versus Redditch, Chesham versus Hitchin, Dorchester versus Merthyr, Gosport versus Kettering was postponed, Hereford versus Kings Lynn, that's top versus second, Royston versus Kings Langley, St Ives versus Stratford, postponed. I wonder if they'll ever get a game on a Saturday. And then Tiverton versus Dunstable. Those are your other games in the Southern Premier League this afternoon, isn't it? Afternoon, yes. So there you go. I'll run through the two sides for you, starting with our visitors, who will be playing all in red. In goal for them is Kyle Phillips. 2 is Chris Miller. 3, Ben Withy. 4 Connor Roberts, 5 Marcus Mapstone, 6 is Chaz Hemmings, 7 John Davies, 8 is George Miller, who's the captain, 9 Mitchell Page, 10 John Rains, and 11 is Darren Jeffries. Substitutes for Frome this evening are Ollie Knight wearing 12, 14 is Ollie Knowles, 15 Ryan Bath, 16 Ben Griffiths, and 17 is Sam Teal. So for the Rebels, a couple of changes for the Rebels this afternoon. From Tuesday in goal is Jack Turner, 2 is Nathan Smart, 3 George Wells, 4 Guy Hollis, 5 and the captain is Mark Nisbet, 6 is Lee Togwell, 7 James Dobson, 8 is Simon Dunn, 9 Manny Williams, 10 Chris Flood, and 11 is Matt Lynch. Your substitutes for the Rebels this afternoon are 12 Sean Fraser, 14 Alan Innes, 15 Warren Harris, and 16 is Perry Coles. The referee today is Mr Tom Bishop, and his assistants are Thomas Wyatt and Alex Baker. So there you go, those are your things. I will run through the starting 11s for you before the game starts. Just a couple of team news for you, that Josh Jackman has gone out to Godalming Town for a couple of weeks to get some fitness, and Gavin James will play today for Met Police, and then he will sign for Fasham Town on dual registration to give him some game time there. Also, Ben Harris has been out training this afternoon and hopes to be fit for next Saturday as the earliest. So that's your team news for the Rebels. And for Frome Town, we have congratulations to George Miller, who in the last game played his 100th game for Frome, and today playing their 198th game for them is Chris Miller, and there are 2 players who are both on the bench who are close to getting to their 100s as well. So there you go. So congratulations George Miller for his 100th game for Frome Town. And we're just waiting for the teams to come out of the tunnel in a second. And like I say, if you do want to get in contact with us here at Rebels Radio, my name is Aid, and you can contact us either on Twitter, it's at MyFC Rebels Radio, or if you are listening via YouTube, then it comes through on the comments underneath, and you can come through there and it will come out and we'll give you a shout out. The 2 sides are just coming out here in front of the main stand here, so I will run through those 2 sides for you again, just the starting 11s for both sides this afternoon. Like I said, please do get in contact if you want to, on the comments or on Twitter at MyFC Rebels Radio. Right, so for Frome, who will be wearing red shirts with white sleeves, red shorts, red socks. In goal for them is Kyle Phillips, 2 Chris Miller, 3 Ben Withy, 4 Connor Roberts, 5 Marcus Mapstone, 6 is Chaz Hemmings, 7 John Davies, 8 and the captain is George Miller, 9 Mitchell Page, 10 John Rains, and 11 is Darren Jeffries. The starting 11 for the Rebels. In goal is Jack Turner, 2 is Nathan Smart, 3 George Wells, 4 Guy Hollis, 5 is the captain Mark Nisbet, 6 is Lee Togwell, 7 James Dobson, 8 Simon Dunn, 9 Manny Williams, 10 Chris Flood, and 11 is Matt Lynch. So we will try to keep you up to date with all of the other games in the Southern Premier League this afternoon, as well as bringing you all the action from today's game. And the referee, Mr Bishop, is just about to call over the 2 captains as the management team here just shake hands with each other. And Slough still haven't played Frome so far this season, and it is the second of 3 teams in a row where Slough haven't played this season. Basingstoke on Tuesday was the first, and it's Kings Lynn on Tuesday. So those are the 3 times. See, 3 out of the 4 sides that Slough haven't played that they will be playing in a row. So there you go. And like I said, we do hope to have some commentary from Kings Lynn as long as everything goes to plan. At the moment, we hope to be broadcasting on Tuesday evening. And just a reminder that we may not be able to broadcast from Bishop Stortford, but we will put that out on social media some time before. Just waiting for the 2 sides. I could have sworn he just called the captains over, but there you go. It seems as though we've forgotten the... he's forgotten that. forgotten the stopwatch. Give me a second. I'm trying to get that one out. It looks as though Frome will be the side with the kick-off. Just bear with me a second. And it is Frome with the kick-off. They will be shooting from left to right this afternoon, and it's going to be the captain, George Miller, who will get this game underway. Just waiting for the referee to make sure the goalkeepers and his assistants are happy. Contenders ready? Go! There you go. So today's game kicks off with Miller playing it out on the far hand side to the left back Wivy. His ball comes off Manny Williams, and it's hooked clear in the end by Hemmings. Ball over the top, and that runs straight through to Jack Turner for his first touch of the game. Turner is wearing a all-white kit with blue sleeves. And a long kick down the field here, looking for Matt Lynch. He's playing on the right-hand side today. Chests the ball, but it's well won there by Wivy, and Wivy can bring the ball forward. Plays it up here towards Page. Page crunching tackle from Guy Hollis, and it's out of play for a Frome throw on the far-hand side. Played in here on the far-hand side to George Miller. In here to the centre-back Mapstone. His ball over the top. It's one paired by Simon Dunn. Slough looking for a free kick. Under pressure is George Wells. So he does really well to trick Mitchell Page there and plays it back towards the goalkeeper Turner. And Slough will just play a long ball again over on that far hand side, looking for Lynch. Again, this time he takes it on his chest, he keeps the ball in play and holds the ball played up. Back here to the right back Nathan Smart. Smart goes across to Guy Hollis, who's 10 yards inside his own half, and plays the ball to George Wells. Wells with a good ball in. It's left by Chris Flood. Simon Dunn with the run afterwards, but it's gone through to the goalkeeper Kyle Phillips, his first touch of the ball. And plays a long kick down the field, looking for Page. Page just charges straight into George Wells and doesn't play the ball. And that's the first free kick of the afternoon to Slough. Taken quickly by Wells in towards Togwell. And he finds Hollis. Back out here to Nathan Smart. Smart starting for the first time in a while. Back here, and Slough playing it across the back forward to Hollis, to Nisbet. Under pressure is George Wells from John Davies. And Wells still has the ball. Plays it towards Nisbet. Nisbet and Wells are really under pressure here from a Frome side. Sorry. And it's a free kick given to Slough there. And it's going to be a free kick level with that 18-yard box inside the Slough half. And Frome immediately putting Slough under some pressure here. And it's going to be Jack Turner with this free kick for Slough. And it's a long ball forward, flicked on well by Dobson, bounces into the penalty area, but it's got too much on it, and it's an easy take for the goalkeeper Kyle Phillips, who's one of the few goalkeepers I've seen in a long time that's all dressed in green. Long kick by him, it's well by Togwell there, a challenge on Rains, and it comes through to Nathan Smart. Smart plays back in towards Jack Turner, and the ball played straight away. And it's a long ball down the field here, looking for Dobson. Dobson goes in, but he's judged to be offside there, and almost got behind Chris Miller there, did James Dobson, but offside was the decision quite late. Just the ball over the top, and it was an offside by the referee on his near hand side. A free kick to Frome, halfway inside their own half. Early days here at Arbor Park. 3 minutes gone, 0-0. Try and keep you up to date with some of the games from the Southern Premier League as well. As Phillips takes his free kick, but that's a big long kick, and it goes all the way through to Turner in the Slough goal. And he immediately puts a long kick down the field here, looking again for Dobson. Dobson trying to get to the end of the ball. Does well, gets across in here, and it's hit Roberts, and Roberts can clear the ball. Again, looking for Page. It's well won by Wells. He does well to run with the ball. Plays the ball in. And it's just a little bit of a mistake there. Wells chases the ball down. Blocks the ball with a clearance from Roberts, but it just spins into the path of Phillips, the Frome goalkeeper. And it's an easy catch for them. But George Wells showing tenacity down that left-hand side. And it's Phillips with the ball in his hands here at Arbor Park. It's a bit quiet here at Arbor Park at the moment. Underneath it for Slough is Nathan Smart. It's an easy header in the middle there for Hemmings. Again taken down by Wells. Plays the ball forward, looking for the run of Manny Williams. It splits the two centre backs, but again runs through to Phillips, and Phillips is almost closed down by Manny Williams there. And again, the long ball played in towards Page. Page chests it down, but it's won back by Simon Dunn. In towards Nisbet, ball over the top, and it comes through to Mapstone. Mapstone with the ball forward. It's a bit of a aimless ball. It's that's really weird because Mapstone's played the ball forwards. Well, it can't be there, mate. He's given free kick to Frome for offside, even though Mapstone had played the ball forward to the goalkeeper. Very strange decision there by the referee, but it's a free kick here to Frome, taken by Conor Roberts on the far hand side. It's come off the head of Jeffries, and it's a Slough Town throw, level for their 18-yard box in their own half. 0-0 here at Arbour Park. And it's very quiet here. It's not a slightly overcast day here at Arbour Park, and not much singing going on from the home fans. Good little travelling support from Frome here this afternoon. Ball's played through. It's one in the air by Jeffries. Heads the ball again second time. One by Togwell. Trying to find Lynch down the right hand side, but Mapstone comes across. Clears that one high into the sky there. Page is underneath it. Cushion header by him. Finds Jeffries on the far hand side. Jeffries trying to cut inside here. Plays it here towards Miller. George Miller, the captain. Chased down by the Slough number 8, Simon Dunn. Ball played into the centre here. Finds Rains. Rains with a little flick in. And finds Jeffries, and under pressure Davies loses the ball. It's won here by Manny Williams. Williams turns inside his own half and finds Simon Dunn. Dunn looks up, spreads the ball here for Dobson. Dobson now gets behind the Frome Town defence. Crosses first time, but it's well stopped by the right back Chris Miller, and it's out for the first corner of the game. Good play there by Slough with Manny Williams and Simon Dunn linking well, and it's set through James Dobson, but good defending by the right back. It's the first corner of the day, and Matt Lynch will come across to take the corner. And it's going to be in swinging corner here for Frome to defend. Frome have got some tall players in there. The ball's been whipped in with some pace. Goes all the way through. Comes off the head of a Frome Town player. Goes out for a second corner to Slough. This time I think James Dobson will be the player that runs across to take this one. And when I say run, I do mean leisurely walk across to take this corner. And we'll keep you up to date with scores from around the ground. Weymouth have taken the lead already away to Biggleswade. And it's going to be a corner coming in from James Dobson here at Arbour Park. And it will go towards the back post where Nisbet tries to get there, and it's come off the foot of Hemmings, and now out for another corner to Slough. So with 3 corners in a row here. And again, it's Lynch has come across to take it. Nisbet's just doing his boots up in front of the corner area there, and just will run back into the penalty area to play this one. And Hollis and Nisbet standing together as Lynch takes this corner for Slough. Goes towards the back post. It's headed across there, but the referee says there's a foul on the goalkeeper. In fact, it looked like Phillips had actually ran into his own player, but it's very difficult to see underneath all those bodies in the box there, and it's given as a free kick to Frome Town inside their own 6-yard box. It's almost 8 minutes gone here, 0-0 at Arbour Park. Neither side has had an opportunity yet in today's game. So we wait for Phillips to take this kick. It's a good long kick here, trying to find Rains down the centre. It's won by Hollis, and then Togwell's next to the ball for Slough. It only comes as far as Wibby. Wibby can't control the ball. It comes off his knee, and it's out of play for a throw to Slough on the far hand side, just inside their own half. And Nathan Smart will be the player that comes across to take that throw for the Rebels. And quick throw in towards Lynch. Lynch just runs the ball back, and Nathan Smart's just got to put the burners on to beat Page to the ball, and plays it across here to Turner in the Slough goal. And Turner being told to play it towards Dobbo. Dobbo trying to get to the ball. He just waited for the ball, and Miller just sees the ball out of play for a throw into Frome down this right hand side for them. And it will be Chris Miller making his 199th appearance for Frome to take this throw for them down this right hand side. Good long throw. Underneath it is Wells, who watches it well. Ball comes through to Hemmings. Hits him on the Fye comes off Chris Miller towards Rains. Rains trying to hold the ball up, but Dunn gets a little touch in here and finds Matt Lynch. Lynch has got Nathan Smart on the overlap if he needs, but he's well covered by Jeffries, and the ball comes in towards Dunn. Dunn with a little pass here towards Togwell. Togwell waits and finds Nathan Smart, who's made a little bit of space for himself. Crosses first time, trying to find Dobson, but he would have been offside had he got a touch on it, and it is a free kick to Frome. And Frome seems to be moving up a little bit here. And see if we can find you some other scores from the games at the moment. I think it is just Weymouth so far who are the only scorers that I can see. So early days in the Southern Premier League, but Weymouth the only team so far with a goal. As we wait for Phillips to take this free kick again. It's a long one aimed at Page. Little push in the back by Nisbet. Ball finds Rains here. Rains has got Davies on the right hand side. Davies crosses first time. It's a great ball. It's a free header. It's a goal for Frome. It comes from the captain, George Miller. On 11 minutes, it's Slough 0, Frome 1. It's a great cross by Davies, and Miller just glances the header down past Jack Turner in the Slough goal. He got a touch to it but couldn't keep it out, and Slough have the first 11 minutes. And it's 1-0 here to Frome. And first decent cross we've seen come in from Davies. He's not had the chance down that near hand side, and it's a wonderful header giving Frome the lead. And Slough again with this Frome hoodoo. Frome have won the last 4 meetings between these two sides in the Southern Premier League. They've taken the lead here again today, and Slough will, as they had to do on Tuesday evening, they're going to have to come from behind if they're to get anything out of this game. So now with the kick-off here, ball played towards Wales, 1-2 with Dobson. Whips over on the far-hand side. And it's come out here towards Jeffries. Jeffries the ball down, finding Page. Page holds the ball up, turns inside his own penalty, halfway line, and then finds Wivy. Wivy's ball is cut out well by Simon Dunn. In towards Williams. Back here towards Dunn. Finds Flood. Flood inside the centre circle. Holds the ball up and manages to sneak a ball through to Togwell. It's been kept in on the far hand side by Smart. In towards Lynch. Lynch heavy touch, and it's played away by Slough. It's come off the head of Jeffries and out for a throw to Slough, which they take quickly and throw towards Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And then Turner rolled out towards Nisbet, in towards Wales. Wales goes across the back four towards Guy Hollis. Here towards Nathan Smart. Smart immediately put under pressure by Jeffries, and then Rains put in some pressure on Togwell. His ball was here with Hollis. In towards George Wales. Wales has the ball here for Slough. Chipping ball. Looking for the run of Manny Williams. It's well spotted. It's volleyed out of play though by Roberts. It's a throw to Slough, which Dobson will take. Is Dobson going to take it? He's going to leave it for Wells to take. And a quick throw in towards Dunn. Gets the ball back to Wells, in towards Nisbet. Nisbet goes across here towards Guy Hollis. Hollis can bring the ball forward a little bit here. Finds Lynch. Lynch in a little bit more central position. So now just about keep the ball in on the far hand side with Nathan Smart. Back here towards Hollis. And Frome are just quite happy to sit behind the Slough team at the moment here and just keeping the pressure on. Ball in towards Lynch. Lynch does well to keep hold of it and finds Nathan Smart. Smart inside his own area by about half by about 5 yards. Back here towards Lynch. He's playing a little bit deep here for Slough, and then played across here towards Mark Nisbet. Slough under some pressure here. Every time the 4 defence get it, 3 players for Frome move forwards in Jeffries, Rains and Page. Ball played in. It comes through in the end towards Lynch. Finds Williams. Williams now trying to find Nathan Smart on the overlap. Smart will get to that ball. It's a good ball into the corner. Plays it back across, and it's well spotted by Hemmings, who can easily control the ball inside the penalty area and bring the ball out here for Frome. Hits it with the outside of his foot and finds Chris Miller. Little cushion header by him into his path. Dobson trying to race back. Ball played in. And then Davies just tried to back heel it past Nisbet, but Nisbet was in the way, and he's bringing the ball here towards Wells. Wells has come to bring the ball forwards in towards Manny Williams. Williams turns. He's got no one with him. Flood's playing it really deep here for Slough at the moment. Chips the ball forwards, looking for Wells as an offside again against Slough. And this is what annoys me, is that the referee has allowed them to play on, but when they played the ball on earlier, and Page gets past Hollis, and he comes into the box to make it 2. Squares it across to Rains. And that's a mistake there by Rains. And Hollis slips. Page just out-muscled him off the ball. It wasn't a foul. The referee said play on. Page got into the 6-yard box, pulled the ball back to Rains, who was unmarked, but Nathan Smart coming in the far side put him off, and he skews his shot wide of the goal. But that really should be 2 to Frome in this first half, and it's Slough under some pressure here, not even winning the ball here. It's come through to Davies. Davies under pressure from Simon Dunn, wins the ball, and the referee blows for a foul by him, and it's a free kick to Frome here, and it's a moving ball. It's going to be called back here by the referee. And it's he's wasted. Frome are wasting time with the ball in the far hand side, and it's going to be a free kick on that far side for. It's just inside their own half of Frome here at the moment, and let's see if we can. I think it's going to be a free kick which Connor Roberts will take for Frome. And ball played on the outside, looking for Page. It's headed away well by Smart. Comes through here towards Togwell. Togwell takes it in his stride, finds Lynch, keeps the ball in, and plays it off Wivy for a Slough throw. And it's Slough have the ball here with Dunn. Played in towards Togwell. Togwell, goalkeeper comes out. Togwell gets into there, finds Williams. Williams hooks it a little bit behind him. It's an acrobatic effort there by Williams, but it's just over the top of the bar. And Slough's best effort so far in the game comes from Manny Williams, but he just can't get it on target, and it's still Frome with the lead here. With coming up to 16 minutes played, Frome with the lead, 1-0 from George Miller on 11 minutes. Phillips will take this goal kick here for Frome, and again it's a good kick here, aimed again towards Page. Page beaten to the ball by Nisbet, comes towards Williams. Williams does well to shake off the challenge of Miller, and then finally wins a free kick for being pulled there. And Chris Miller is saying that he's ripped his shirt as he was pulling it, and the referee's having none of that. It's a free kick to Slough. It's about 6 yards inside the Frome half. Matt Lynch is standing over this free kick. Nisbet and Hollis have gone forwards for the Rebels to take this one. It's some height though in this Frome Town side, and it's going to be a really good delivery here from Matt Lynch if Slough to get anything off it, and the referee just telling him to play the ball in. It's a good ball in. It's headed away well though by Connor Roberts. Comes to the edge of the penalty area. 2 players go for it. See, it's Mitchell Page who heads it, and it's a poor header. It goes out of play for a throw to Slough on the far hand side, and Hollis is up there from the free kick. Will take this throw, and Slough just putting some bodies in the box here at the moment, but Hollis just arching his back for this long throw in. Huge throw into the box. Bounces around, comes off the head of Mapstone towards Dunn. Dunn on the edge of the box. Needs a bit of help here, trying to turn on his own. Keeps hold of the ball well, and help comes from Togwell. Togwell turns, being forced wide here by Rains, and then has to go across here towards Nathan Smart. And Smart, Slough have gone from the throw in all the way back into their own half. Nathan Smart bringing the ball forwards here. Finds Manny Williams, who's got a bit of space on the right hand side. Williams crosses low, but it's hooked away by Mapstone, only as far as Nathan Smart. Little cushion header by him, finding Williams. Williams hooks the ball over his head and finds a on-lapping run of Smart and Dobson. The two of them make a mistake. They both leave it for each other, and that allows Hemmings to come across and play off one of them for a throw to Frome. And Frome with the deserved lead here at the moment. Really should be 2 up. It is only 1-0 at the moment, but it's Slough not yet in the game here. Ball's here with Togwell. Togwell goes from inside the Frome half all the way back to his own goalkeeper, and it's played here by Turner, looking for Lynch on that right hand side. Lynch trying to get their clash of heads, and the referee will stop the game for a second. We've got a goal in the game between Dorchester and Merthyr. Merthyr have taken the lead in that game. It's Merthyr leading 1-0. As Ben Withy's fine. His little clash of heads there with Matt Lynch, but it's fine, and he's up on his feet. And Slough just sending their substitutes to warm up already. And it'll be a throw to Frome on the far hand side. Withy with the throw, headed on well by Page. Comes through here towards Dunn. Dunn with the ball. Togwell goes back towards his goalkeeper, and Turner's under pressure from Davies, but plays it out here towards Wells. Wells has got a bit of space in front of him here and brings the ball forward. He's got Dobson in front of him if he needs him, but Wells has to look. Crosses it first time. Free header for Manny Williams, but the header is straight at Phillips, and that's an easy save for the Frome goalkeeper. And it's Phillips who has the ball, rolls it out here to Connor Roberts, who brings the ball forwards a little bit, looks for the ball over the top, looking for Rains. Nisbet has to come across, heads it back towards Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And again, Frome working hard when they haven't got the ball. Rains is just trying to close Wells down. Wells bringing the ball forward. Good cross by him for that ball. Plays the ball forward, looking for Flood. Flood's offside. He was clear one-on-one there. But again, Frome working that offside trap really well, frustrating the Rebels. And it's still Frome with this lead as we come up to 20 minutes of the game gone here at Arbour Park. Frome is it's Frome with the lead here at the moment, and a deserved goal by them. It's a long kick here by Phillips from this free kick aimed towards Page. Page really does well to win the ball, flicked on by Hollis. Poor touch by Hemmings means that Simon has it, and then Page goes through the back of him, and it's a free kick here to Slough. And again, Page just putting a bit of muscle around against this Slough side, and Dunn just feeling his ankles, but he seems to be okay. It's a free kick to Slough, taken by Jack Turner, trying to find Lynch on that far hand side. Lynch gets past his man, but it's Mapstone who comes across and launches that ball out for a throw to Slough on the far hand side. Nathan Smart will be the player that takes this throw halfway inside the Frome half. And it's a throw looking for Manny Williams. Williams being hugged there by and then gets absolutely clattered, and it's a free kick to Slough for a foul by Darren Jeffries. And I just think I've heard the Slough fans shout for the first time this afternoon. There you go, that's the first. You did count that 21 minutes before we heard a chant from the Rebels fans behind that goal. It's a free kick here. It's not even given a free kick, he's only given a throw as the referee on that far hand side. And it's Hollis to take this throw, around about 5 yards away from the corner flag, into the box, bouncing around, hits Nisbet, who gets a last touch. It's smashed clear by Roberts. Comes here as far as Wells. Wells will just chip the ball back in, finds Flood. Flood with a little touch in, looking for Lynch. Lynch gets down the ball, gets his cross in, but it's cut out by Roberts again. Then just chips the ball forward, looking for John Davies. He just shields the ball and finds Page. Page holds the ball up. Wells comes across, ball played in, looking for Davies. Touched by Togwell, takes it away from him, and Hollis has to come in and take that one, and it's the ball's on the roof. I don't know if the ball comes back down off the roof, but Slough just complaining that Davies was a little bit late on Hollis there. It's a free kick to Slough, and Jack Turner will go across to take this one for the Rebels this afternoon. And it's played across here towards Nathan Smart. Smart in towards Lynch. Lynch can turn. He's inside his own half, under pressure immediately from Rains, and finds Mark Nisbet. Nisbet hits it first time, looking for the ball over the top, trying to find Manny Williams. Williams will get there. Just shrugs off the challenge of Wither. He gets to do, tries to get in. Flood makes. Is it a back pass? It's come off. Two Frome players are down inside the 6-yard box. It's come off Mapstone last. He got a touch to it. It was a diving challenge by him. Played the ball back towards his goalkeeper. The referee doesn't think that that's a back pass, but his tackle stopped Flood from getting the ball. And Flood would have been in there, but it comes off Page from that goal kick, and it's a throw to Slough, taken quickly by Wells, and Flood's onside here and got a bit of space to run into the box. Gets down the near hand side, holds the ball up. He's got Dobson here as well. Dobson hits it hard and low. Clear, it's blocked by Hemmings. Comes out here towards the captain and goal scorer George Miller. Finds Page. Page holds the ball up. Lovely slip through. Trying to find a run of Davies. Davies trying to get there, but Wells has come across for Slough and plays it back towards Turner. And this game now becoming end to end here at Arbour Park. 23 minutes gone. Slough still behind, as Chris Miller just gets a vital touch to stop the ball getting from James Dobson, but it's won back here by Manny Williams, working hard down this right hand side. Just giving the ball straight away though to Hemmings, and it's here with Rains. Rains looking for the ball over the top, looking for Jeffries on the far hand side. Smart with the good defensive header, sees the ball out And it's a throw, quickly taken by Frome in towards Davies. Davies tries to turn. It comes through in towards Range. Range leads in towards Davies, but he just gets a little touch, and it's hooked clear by Hollis all the way back towards Kyle Phillips in the Frome goal. And it's Phillips with this long kick down the field, looking for Page. Oh, Page is just manhandled to the floor there by Nisbet, and the referee doesn't think it's a foul. Ball comes through here towards John Davies and thing, and then Manny Williams is adjudged to have fouled Chris Miller, who is on the floor. While he's down on the floor, George Miller has taken the free kick here for Frome. He obviously doesn't like his fellow named teammate. Ball goes into the box, but it's an easy save for Jack Turner, and Turner trying to play the ball here, looking for Matt Lynch. That's a great kick, finds Lynch. Lynch will keep the ball in on the far hand side, up against Wibby. Oh, he plays the ball, it's cut out though by Mapstone. And this time Dobson works hard to close the ball down on the far hand side. It comes off him last. It's a throw to Frome right by the corner flag of their own half here. And Slough almost there with Jack Turner kick almost getting in. But again, that final ball into the box just hasn't been there for the Rebels this afternoon. And Wivy will take this throw down that far hand side, headed on here by Page, looking for Rains. It comes through to Nathan Smart in towards Hollis. And Slough just going backwards all the time. Chase down here with Nisbet and Rains works hard for Frome here. The ball played forward by Jack Turner. Comes off Chris Miller last for a throw to Slough. And it's taken quickly by Wells into the feet of Mark Nisbet. Nisbet has the ball 10 yards inside his own half. Plays it in here towards Dobson. Oh, Dobson back flicks the ball, trying to find Flood, but it's runs all the way through to Phillips in the Frome goal, who launches a long ball down again, looking for Page. Page wins the header. Good little header in towards Davies. Chips on the far hand side here towards Jeffries. Jeffries does well to keep the ball in and gets a cross in. It's a hard low cross. Rains gets there. He gets a touch to it. Then Page tries to get there. He can't get a touch. And it's gone out of play for a throw. But a good cross there by Jeffries on the far hand side. Something that Slough haven't been able to do today is put a decent cross in. Unfortunately, Frome put two good crosses in. They've almost scored from both of them. They have scored from one. And they have the lead here at Arbor Park as Turner plays the ball down the field, looking for Flood. Flood wins the header in towards Manny Williams. Williams holds the ball up high into Dobson on the halfway line. His chipped ball is given away, but Dunn wins it back here for Slough. Played in towards, just over too quick in front of Williams, and Roberts brings the ball out here. Williams tries to chase it back. Roberts still has the ball, and Slough not working at all hard to win the ball. It's played here towards John Davies. Davies tried to chip the ball down the field, and it's out of play off him. And Davies has turned down a move to Weymouth in midweek to stay with Frome as Wells plays the ball over the top, looking for Williams. Williams trying to get there, and unbelievably, two tall players against Manny Williams, who's short. And apparently Manny Williams has fouled either or both of them to give away a free kick when one was clearly at his arm, almost on his shoulder, waiting for a photo. But there you go. So Frome here, as we've come up to 28 minutes gone, it's Frome with the lead here. They lead 1-0. The goal coming from their captain, George Miller, on the 11th minute of the game. As Phillips takes this kick. The linesman indicates that there was a foul on Dwells. It's a free kick to Slough, and Frome immediately start complaining here, and Mitchell Page has been called over by the referee, as long with the captain George Miller, to explain what the decision was and why it was given. And it's a free kick to Slough, 10 yards inside his own half. Still Frome with this 1-goal lead. It's Wells to take this free kick. The referee just having a word with the other Miller for Frome, Chris Miller. Ball played in here, looking for Dobson. Dobson flicks the ball on. Oh, he's pulling his shirt, referee! How can this referee not see that? That is terrible. And it comes here towards Davies. Davies the ball down towards Page. Page shows the ball up well. In towards George Miller. Just chips the ball down the field. Great defensive header by Slough, but then Dunn climbs all the way over the back, and it's come through to Hemmings. Hemmings immediately, lovely ball over the top, looking for the run of Jeffries on the far hand side. Jeffries will win the ball and keep it in. So lovely ball by Hemmings. Now Jeffries trying to twist and turn against Nathan Smart. Ball comes out here towards Wivy. Wivy goes back towards Jeffries. Jeffries keeping hold of the ball. Just comes across and he's going away. Does well to go past a couple. Plays a little ball inside to Davies. Gets the ball back, but Jack Turner's quick off his line. And again, Frome looking really dangerous with the ball here. And Slough have the ball here with James Dobson. Plays it in here, looking for the run of Manny Williams. Williams plays it straight at Mapstone. Slough fans looking for any kind of shout behind the goal. Doesn't come. And the ball's here with Wivy. Wivy plays into Hemmings in the centre of the midfield there. Chips the ball forwards. There's a little clash between Rains and Nathan Smart. Both went down. It's gone out of play though to a throw to Frome, which was very difficult for me to say. That should be a tongue twister. A throw to Frome. But it's a throw to Slough, sorry, anyway. And it's Nathan Smart takes it, rolls it back here to Jack Turner. Played out to Mark Nisbet. Nisbet can bring the ball forward. It's only 30 yards here for Slough. Then he's chipped the ball forwards to absolutely no one. Dobson had gone inside. Wells wasn't as far forward. And it's a throw to Frome here, right by their away dugout here at Arbour Park. And Chris Miller takes this throw, looking again for Page. Won by Nisbet and comes through here towards Flood. Flood with the ball towards Dobson. Dobson chips it in, looking for Williams, but Roberts leaves that and the ball runs through to Phillips in the Frome goal. And Slough not troubling Phillips in the Frome goal at the moment in this first 30 minutes of the game. There's a long kick by him. Page wins the header and wins the knockdown as well and plays it out here towards Darren Jeffries. Jeffries up against Nathan Smart. Looks to shoot from distance. It's well wide and actually goes out for a throw to Slough. And it's we'll try and find if we can find you some scores from the other games. Maidenhead are 1-1 in their game for you. I'm going to see if we can keep you the latest scores in the Southern Premier League as well. Takes the throws, flicked on well by Dobson in towards Williams. Williams holds the ball up, being pushed off by Miller, and Chris Miller is adjudged to have fouled. It's a free kick to Slough, and Chris Miller will get a well-deserved yellow card for dissent here. He didn't like the fact that he said a few words down this near-hand side, which some of the Slough fans have taken exception to. His language has been a little bit colourful, and he's then booked for dissent there by the referee, Mr. Bishop. And it's a free kick to Slough. Slough play the ball across and then back towards Wales. Slough just lacking any flow in their football here today, and that's down to the fact that Frome are always closing the ball down here. And ball's played in here towards Flood. Flood 20 yards away from goal. It's well closed down again by Hemmings. Ball played back here towards Phillips. Chased down by Williams, but it's a good clearance by the goalkeeper, but it goes straight out of play for a throw to Slough, just inside their own half. And it's Nathan Smart on the far hand side to take this throw for the Rebels. Trying to find Flood, but he's beaten to the ball by Webby. Comes through though towards Togwell. Togwell finds Williams and then heavy touch by Williams, but he manages to win the ball back and then goes down the right hand side, keeps the ball in, comes off George Miller. It's a throw to Slough, and it's around about halfway inside the Frome half. Nathan Smart will take it and finds Togwell. Togwell towards Smart. Smart just needs again a bit of space. Comes from Matt Lynch. Matt Lynch down the right hand side, hits his cross in, but it's blocked off Within out for a throw to Slough. And around about 10 yards away from the corner flag. I'll give you the scores in the games. The only games with any goals in are Biggleswade 0, Weymouth 1, Dorchester 0, Merthyr 1, Royston 1, Kings Langley 0, Slough 0, Frome 1, Tiverton 1, Dunstable 0. As the ball comes in from the throw, it's headed goalwards by Nisbet, hooked away though by Wivy. Togwell's underneath it for Slough, comes back in. I mean, how is that not a foul, referee? 10 is all the way over the ball. Mitchell Page now with the ball. Up against it, just pulls the shirt of Dunn. Comes here towards Chris Miller. Plays the ball forward. Looking for Davies. Nathan Smart slips, but the ball runs through to Jack Turner in the Slough goal. It was a player all over Mark Nisbet as he went to play the ball. It's hit Dobson on the back. It comes off Miller, actually. And James Dobson thinks the ball came off Miller. I thought it came off James Dobson. And it's actually a goal kick, which is the right decision. No matter how much Dobson complained, it did look like the last touch came off him. And it's 100% right. So it's 34 minutes of this first half gone. It's Frome with the lead here. Slough 0, Frome 1. Phillips taking his time with getting this ball from the corner flag. And the Slough fans very quiet behind the goal again. And it's Phillips to take this goal kick eventually. And aims it again here towards Page. Page up against Dobson. Page wins the header, but the ball comes in towards Lynch. Lynch calls for the ball and gets it. Then comes in through the centre. Evades a couple of challenges. Holds the ball up well. But again, he's got no outlet on his right-hand side. Gives it to Smart. Smart's been dispossessed well by Jeffries. Jeffries runs down the far-hand side, but Lynch has come across to help out. Ball comes into the captain, George Miller. Miller, scorer of the only goal. Chips the ball forwards, but Mitchell Page had stopped his run. And it's played back towards the goalkeeper, Jack Turner, by Mark Nisbet. And so Turner with this long ball down the field, looking for Chris Flood up against Roberts, and Flood is adjudged to have fouled Roberts, and that's where the inconsistency comes in from the referee here. Is it's 100%, it is a foul by Chris Flood on Connor Roberts, and it is a free kick. But the same thing happened literally about a minute and a half ago, the other way round, where it was a Frome player doing exactly the same, and the referee didn't give free kick, and a bit of inconsistency by the referee here, Mr. Bishop. But it's Frome with a deserved lead here at the moment, and it's Phillips with this free kick aimed again towards Page. Page jumping with Nisbet, but it's won by Slough. They have the ball here with Wells, and Wells clears the ball long. Flood will chase this one. Manny Williams is chasing as well. Roberts is there, plays it high into the sky, and it's bounces up even higher than our commentary position here. It's a throw to the Rebels, and it's George Wells that will take this throw for Slough. 10 minutes of this first half left to play. They're actually going to leave it for Guy Hollis to come across to take this throw for Slough. And it's Hollis looking to put a long throw into the box, aimed into the box. It's flicked off the head of Hemmings, and Lynch will try and see the ball out for a corner to Slough. It is a corner, and Dobson goes across to take this throw for Slough. And now the Slough fans are in some voice here behind the goal. It's just got a bit of a very lax feel here at the moment, has Harbour Park. And it's Dobson to take this in-swinging corner on that far-hand side. Waits, the ball goes into the box. Flood tries to get a header, and it flashes across the goal and out for a goal kick. And Williams has acted as ball boy to go and get the ball for the Frome goalkeeper. Again, a couple of them just complained to the referee. But it's a goal kick for Frome here, who deservedly lead 1-0. And it's a long kick here by Phillips, again aimed at Page. It's Nisbet who wins the header. Done first to the ball for Slough, but immediately under pressure by two Frome players. Comes in towards Wells. Wells goes back towards the goalkeeper Turner, and Turner just knocks the ball across to the edge of his 18-yard box and hammers the ball down here, looking for Flood. Roberts with the header in. Flood will try and flick the ball on. Heads it towards Williams. Win towards Dobson. Ball played in first time, but it's a good idea by Dobson, but unfortunately Dunn arriving late, just couldn't get to the ball, and it's a safe catch for Phillips in the Frome goal. And a huge kick here by Phillips, well headed away by Nisbet, but one back on the far hand side by Jeffries, in towards Hemming, back to the left back Wivey, and it just comes off Wivey again. It's a throw to Slough, and Nathan Smart takes it, trying to find Chris Flood down that near hand side. Flood keeps the ball on, goes past his man, holds the ball up, just tackle though, and it's one back by Wivey, and Flood has to chase it down. It's gone out of play for a throw to Frome right by the corner flag. And Slough not getting much of a run of the ball here at the moment at Harbour Park, but they've not really tested Phillips in the Frome goal, whereas Frome have had the better of the chances here, and obviously with that lead, but they should really have been 2 or 3 up And the ball comes here towards Wells. Wells hits it from distance, but it's well wide of the goal. And is out for a goal kick. But at least Wells had a shot there. It's 0-0 in the big game between Hereford and Kings Lynn. And it's Phillips to take this goal kick for Frome. And high again, looking for Mitchell Page. One in by though Dobson. Dunn tries to win the head. It's won by Togwell in towards Flood. Flood chests the ball down. Dunn gets there first, and it's ball played out here towards Manny Williams. Roberts tries to get there, and Roberts goes down, and that's a free kick against Manny Williams to Frome. I think Simon Dunn was just saying that Slough should have had a free kick a couple of seconds before that for a high boot by Chris Miller, but the referee says it's a free kick to Frome, and the goalkeeper Phillips has come to this near side touchline to take this free kick, and it's Phillips to take this free kick as some seagulls come flying past here, and the ball headed away by Nisbet, comes in towards Togwell. Togwell's touch finds Nathan Smart. Smart has the ball, chips it here, looking for the run of Manny Williams on the far side. Chris Miller with the defensive header, but Dunn's there first for Slough. Finds Dobson. Dobson trying to run through, crosses first time. Flood tries to get there, and Manny Williams blocks it, trying to come through to Flood, but it's Mapstone who can clear, and the ball is cleared, and it comes out for a throw to Slough. Level with the away dugout, so around about 30 yards away from goal. Wells takes it, trying to find Williams. Williams holds the ball up here and finds Wells. Wells continues and crosses at the far post. Lynch will try and keep it in. Hasn't gone out of play. It's out for a throw to Frome on the far hand side. I think that the Frome players aren't too worried about that, but I think Slough players seem to think they got a touch off a Frome player. And Matt Lynch has just been told by the referee to cut out the abuse of the linesman on that far hand side. Thank you, love. And the ball bouncing up in the air. It's well hooked clear again by Jeffries. Wells wins the header for Slough and hits Slough again, looking for a free kick here. The Slough fans angered by the tactics of Frome. Frome have just been slightly more rugged than Slough. There's nothing dirty or dangerous or illegal about it. They're just a bit more rugged than Slough. Ball comes off the head of Togwell for a throw to Frome on the halfway line. We've got about 3.5 minutes of the first half play here to go. It's still Slough 0, Frome 1. And Slough maybe will try and look to change things up at half time. It's Wivy with the throw on that far hand side, headed on by Page, looking for the goal scorer George Miller, but it's come here to Nathan Smart. Smart goes across here towards the goalkeeper Turner. Turner just on the edge of his 6-yard box, has the ball and gets it to the edge of the 18-yard box, chips it to absolutely no one, and it goes out of play for a throw to Frome. And it's a subdued atmosphere here at Arbour Park here at the moment. Now really not doing much to deserve anything from this game, and at the moment they haven't got it. It's Chris Miller with the ball. Page goes down. He's told to get up by the referee there, and little bit of it's another throw to Miller, 10 yards further forwards, in towards the goal scorer George Miller. He holds the ball up well, plays across here towards Mapstone. Mapstone chips the ball here, looking for Page, but it runs through to the goalkeeper Turner. And again, it's Jack Turner with a kick that goes straight out of play and out for a throw here on the far hand side. And again, Frome take their time with this throw. Chris Miller, the right back, with this throw for the Robins in towards Rains. Rains' ball hits Simon Dunn, and then he finds Lee Togwell. Togwell being chased down by Rains, who gave the ball away, and that's the difference between the two sides. Ball here played in towards Lynch. Lynch has got Nathan Smart on the overlap. Smart stops, plays the ball back here towards Lynch. Lynch needed to get it in first time because it's allowed Jeffries time to come and make the tackle. The ball's gone out of play for a throw to Slough. Taken quickly in towards Simon Dunn. Dunn's ball in finds Williams. Williams chests it down. Flood tries to get there. The goalkeeper punches the ball away, and then Flood is adjudged to be offside. And it's a free kick to Frome. I'm just going to wait to see how many extra added on time minutes there are in this first half. But I don't think it really matters at the moment, because I don't think Slough will score here at the moment. Not tested Phillips in the Frome goal. And some solid defending from the front of the Frome line. The forwards doing their jobs as well. Ball play forwards here, looking for Page. Page gets a little flick on, but it comes to Nathan Smart, who goes back towards the goalkeeper Turner. And Turner chips the ball in, this time a good ball into the path of Wells. Wells has got a bit of time to bring the ball forward. He tries to go round and play it through. Oh, almost smashed into our commentary position. We ducked out of the way of that one. It's close. And it's a throw to the Rebels here. And George Wells will take it. Quick throw towards Nisbet. Nisbet 10 yards inside his own half. Plays it in here towards Dobson. Dobson immediately closed down by 3 Frome players. Has the ball, trying to go. Miller slips and he still doesn't make the best of it. Goes past him in the end. Still has the ball. In towards Williams. Williams holds the ball up here towards Dunn. Dunn spreads it to Togwell. Togwell's immediately closed down. Ball back here towards Dunn. Dunn takes a touch forwards. In towards Dobson. Little touch in towards Togwell. But a touch, it comes back out. 2 extra on minute here. But Slough the ball with Dunn. In towards Williams. Trouble is there's no one in the box. Williams with a little ball in. Finds Togwell. Togwell turns. Trying to find Williams. The ball come through to Wells. Wells can't get there. Dobson will be the first to retain the ball for Slough. Up against Davies. Crosses first time. Oh, it's a good cross, but it's too close to the goalkeeper. And Slough didn't have enough bodies in the box. And that's an easy take there by Phillips in the Frome goal. And we'll keep you up to date with the scores at half time as well. Don't forget, if you do want to get in contact, feel free. Or long kick into the cloudy sky. It's chested down by Page. And into the path here of Wibby. Wibby's ball forward, looking for Jeffries. Jeffries keeps the ball in well on that far hand side. Lovely little ball trying to find range, but it's good defending by Guy Hollis. And it's out of play for a throw for the visitors on the far hand side. We'll just see if there's any goals from some of the other games here at the moment. Not much going on. And good afternoon to Keeler Shark. And the ball here with Williams. Williams in towards Simon Dunn. Dunn's inside his own half. Finds space for Dobson. Dobson's first time touch is given the ball away. And the ball's played back here towards Davies. Davies just knocks the ball past George Wells and comes down this right hand side. Davies is just cross-led to the first goal. Up here now against Nisbet. Just turns. Nisbet gets a touch to it. And it comes off John Davies last. We've played a minute and a half of added time. Quick throw here. Finds Simon Dunn. Dunn with the ball across here to Nathan Smart, who's playing the ball forwards, and Nathan Smart still runs with the ball, gets a challenge from Jeffries, and that is the difference between the two sides. Frome are working hard, every single man, 1 to 11 is there tackling back, and Slough just haven't had that opportunity to put a stamp on the game here at the moment. And it's Turner with this kick on again. Dobson stops and Williams chases it, but it's got all the way through to Phillips in the Frome Town goal. Good afternoon to Stephen Roach, Rebel, and to Keeler Shark. And it's a goal kick by Phillips here. I think the referee will blow it for half time. And it is the half time score here at Arbour Park. It's Slough 0, Frome 1. And the story of the first half is that Slough really haven't troubled the Frome Town goal in Carl Phillips. We've had one decent effort from Manny Williams, who hooked the ball, but it went over the top of the bar. Then Williams with a header that was straight at the goalkeeper, an easy save for him, and then Flood with a header wide. But Phillips has been equal to everything that Slough posted. Slough just complaining to Matt Lynch is just complaining to the referee here, and it's Mark Nisbet just chatting to the referee. Frome have been quite rugged in their defending from the front, but their goal came on 11 minutes. It was a great cross down the right hand side by John Davies, and it was well met by the captain George Miller, who made a late run from midfield, headed the ball past the despairing dive of Jack Turner, and then it really should have been 2 to Frome when Page burst through on the right hand side, got to the 6-yard box, played the ball across the goal, and it came through to Rains, and Rains stretched to try and get to the ball, but could only poke the ball wide. And it really should be 2 up to Frome, but Slough will count themselves very, very lucky this afternoon. We will give you the half-time scores as they come through. and we'll keep you up to date with the other games in the Southern Premier League. Just a reminder, upcoming games for the Rebels on Tuesday evening. They will go to Kings Lynn away for the game. That will be a 7:45 kickoff. We are hoping to broadcast from there on Tuesday evening. Then next Saturday, Slough will be away to Bishop Stortford. That's the 17th of March, and that is a 3 o'clock kickoff. But we're not sure if we are allowed. Other clubs have said that they've not been allowed to broadcast from. So at the moment, we're not sure if there will be a broadcast that afternoon. Hello. So we've got the Bishop Stortford game where there may not be a commentary from that game, but we will keep you up to date on that. And then the Tuesday afterwards is we've got a game away to St Ives, and that's we'll try and give you the up to date scores here as well from the other games in the Southern Premier League for you. So St Ives is so if you do want to capture the coach to anyone, there isn't a coach to Kings Lynn, but there is a supporters coach to Bishop Stortford, which will leave St Joe's at 12:30 on Saturday. It's £20 for that one. And then on the game to St Ives, the coach will leave St Joe's at 5 p.m, and again that is a £20 charge. So we are just trying to give you the scores from the around the Southern Premier League here at the moment. We're just waiting for let's see if we can find let's see what we can find for you. Just trying to dig these out slowly because there's not an update. Okay, so we have got in the big game of the day, it's Hereford 0, Kings Lynn 0. Let's just see what else have we got. Chesham is the one that I'm missing. We're just trying to find those scores for you. Chesham versus Hitchin today. And let's see, we can't seem to find a score at the moment. Right, no updates from them, that's always helpful. See, Chesham 0, Hitchin 0. So the only one I don't think I've got is Basingstoke was one. Let's see what we can find for you. Okay, let's just I am missing one half-time score. Let's see if we can find so it's Banbury 1, Farnborough 0, Basingstoke 1, St Neots 0, Biggleswade 0, Weymouth 2. Bishop Stortford is a game I haven't got. It's Chesham 0, Hitchin 0, Dorchester 0, Merthyr 1, Hereford 0, Kings Lynn 0, Royston 1, Kings Langley 0, and Tiverton 3, Dunstable 0. So those are your latest scores so far. Let's see if we can find that missing one as well. And we'll just see what's so let's just see. Let's just see. Apparently there's been an incident at Chesterfield today where they've had to land an air ambulance on the pitch at that game. So we try to give you the scores from half-time scores from around the country for you. We won't give you the Barclays Premier League, because I know you like to watch the match of the day. So in the Sky Bet Championship, there's an evening kick-off between Aston Villa and Wolves. Otherwise it's Burton 0, Bristol City 0, Cardiff 3, Birmingham 0, Hull 2, Norwich 3, Ipswich 0, Sheffield United 0, Middlesbrough 2, Barnsley 0, Millwall 1, Brentford 0, Preston 0, Fulham 0, QPR 0, Sunderland 0, Reading 1, Leeds 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Bolton Wanderers 0. In Sky Bet League 1, it's AFC Wimbledon 1, Oxford 1, Blackburn 1, Blackpool 0. Bradford City MK Dons is postponed. Bristol Rovers 1, Northampton 0, Bury 2, Oldham 1, Fleetwood 0, Plymouth 1, Peterborough 1, Charlton 0, Portsmouth 1, Gillingham 0, Rotherham 0, Rochdale 0, Shrewsbury 1, Walsall 0, Southend 0, Doncaster 0, and Wigan 2, Scunthorpe 2 into this Sky Bet League 2. It's Chesterfield 0, Lincoln 0, Coventry 0, Barnet 0, Crawley 0, Morecambe 0, Exeter 1, Carlisle 0, Forest Green Rovers 0, Notts County 1, Grimsby 0, Port Vale 1, Luton 0, Accrington Stanley 1, Mansfield 1, Colchester 0, Stevenage 1, Crewe 0, Swindon 0, Cheltenham 1, Wycombe Wanderers 1, Cambridge 0, Yeovil 0, Newport County 0. I'll try and find you some other ones for you. In the National League South, it's Braintree 2, Wealdstone 0, Concord Rangers Bognor was postponed, Dartford 0, Poole 0, East Thurrock 0, Welling 0, Eastbourne 0, Gloucester City 1, Hampton and Richmond 2, Weston-super-Mare 1, Hemel Hempstead Town versus Bath was postponed, Hungerford 1, Chelmsford 0, Oxford City 0, Havant 1, St Albans 0, Truro 1, and Whitehawk 0, Chippenham 1. Those are scores from those leagues for you. And we'll bring you all of the action from the second half as well. We'll just see if we can find you that missing half-time score, which was Bishop Stortford. It's Gateshead 2, Maidenhead 1 as a half-time score. And just trying to find the score there. It's Bishop Stortford 0, Redditch 0. So there you go. Those are the full scores for you, which is waiting for the second half to start. We're going to have a few minutes left before then. So there you go. So we've got a couple of bits of information for you from the Supporter Trust. They have a sponsored walk. That is on the 28th of April. That will be to the last home game of the season versus Royston, or the last regular season home game, I should say. It's going to be two different distances. One will be a 13 miles from Salt Hill Park. That will be from 8:45. There is a 6-mile version from the DFS in Bath Road, Slough, that leaves at 10:30. Now this walk will follow the new route of the Slough Half Marathon that will start. So if you want to get involved in that, if you go to the sloughtown-supporters-trust.co.uk, the details are on there about how you can sign up, but that's a sponsored walk to raise money. There's also another fundraising event as well, and that is a foot golf tournament on Sunday the 22nd of April from 10 o'clock. Now that's held at Richens Park Golf Course in Ivor. It's 18 holes of foot golf. So foot golf is basically a really small golf course where you use a football instead of a golf ball, and you use your legs to kick the ball down the thing and put it into a big hole. We've been there before. It's very good fun. It was run last year. There are two different tournaments. There's one for the professional side. Foot golf is actually a professional game played by people around, so there will be a professional tournament and a team for the community. So if you were a fan, you would be entered into the fan one. It's £40 for a team, and the team consists of 3, 4 or 5 players. And what happens is the 3 players with the lowest scores from each team, is that score is what is taken. Both of these events, run by the Supporters Trust, are supporting Berkshire Vision, which is the nominated charity by the Supporters Trust this year, and they are involved with supporting the visually impaired. So a good charity to get involved with. And Slough got a tough afternoon this evening. Frome have won the last 4 games when they've played Slough. They currently lead here 1-0 as well. So Slough will have their work cut out as well. Good afternoon to Will Tuck, who's listening from France, and I had a good chat with Will's dad earlier. And there you go. So we are just waiting for the start of the second half for you. I can just tell you that today is Lee Togwell's 95th appearance for the Rebels, and he scored 9 goals in that time. Also coming up to a milestone is Guy Hollis. Guy Hollis today makes his 192nd appearance for the Rebels. He scored 7 goals for Slough. Unfortunately, none of them have been this season. Maybe we should just see if you could grab a couple this afternoon. So there you go. So those are some details for you. And like I say, my table's a bit wobbly today. Like I say, it's we may not be broadcasting next Saturday, but we will put that out on social media. And there is a Slough Town Twitter page, obviously at MyFC Rebels Radio. Also, Rebels Radio is on Facebook as well. If you just search Rebels Radio, we will put details out of whether there is a broadcast next Saturday for you. But from what I understand, other teams have said that they've not been allowed to broadcast. So keep that in mind. As the sun starts to come out here at Arbour Park, it's a bit of blue sky appearing here as it just comes over the main roof stand here at Arbour Park. And it's got a Slough change it around in this second half of the game. They've been having trouble trying to beat a dogged Frome side in this first half. Frome, superb goal that took the lead in the game. Excellent cross from John Davies, headed in by the captain George Miller, and it was a good goal for Frome. They should have really been 2 up. George Miller with his 100th appearance in the last game, so he's on 101 now, and Chris Miller is the only player to be booked so far for Frome, or any player, and he's making his 199th appearance for Frome this afternoon. So there we go. So it's looks like Slough need to do something for the start of this second half, which will come very, very shortly. We're just going to have a cup of tea for a second that someone's kindly brought, so that before it goes cold. Right, so we are just waiting. Some of the Slough players have started to come out for the start of this second half. Some of the games are already underway in the Evo-Stick Southern Premier League. It's still 0-0 between the game between first versus second of Hereford versus Kings Lynn. And we're just waiting for the players to start to come out this afternoon. Like I say, if you do want to get in contact with us today, you can do that via Twitter. It's at MyFC Rebels Radio. So I can't even remember what I was saying there because I got distracted by somebody there. Who knows? Should I just make something else up? Oh yeah, if you want to get in contact with Slough here today, then you can do so via Twitter. It's at MyFC Rebels Radio. Or if you are using the YouTube to listen, you should see a little bit that says comments. You'll see that there's quite a few comments on there from people this afternoon. And you do that and it comes through to us here. You can put your name down and we'll give you a shout out of where you're listening from. Just looking at the Rebel lineup today, there's no change for the Rebels starting 11, so no half-time substitutions. We are just going to look for Frome, who are slow to come out here at the moment. So the Slough team for the start of this second half is Jack Turner in goal. 2 is Nathan Smart. 3 George Wells. 4 Guy Hollis. 5 Mark Nisbet. 6 Lee Togwell. 7 is James Dobson. 8 Simon Dunn. 9 is Manny Williams. 10 Chris Flood. And 11 is Matt Lench. Frome are just making their way out now, so I'm trying to keep an eye on how many players they've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're missing 1. But it doesn't look like they've got a change at the moment. So it's definitely Carl Phillips in goal. The last player is out. So with that starting 11 for Frome for the second half is Carl Phillips in goal. 2 is Chris Miller, who's got a yellow card. 3, Ben Withy. 4, Connor Roberts. 4, Marcus Mapstone. 6, Chaz Hemming. 7 is John Davies. 8 is the captain, George Miller, scorer of the only goal of the game so far. 9 is Mitchell Page. 10, Joe Rains. And 11 is Darren Jeffries. Slough will have the kick-off, shooting from left to right this second half. And it's underway here with Williams playing the ball to Togwell. Back out here towards Lynch, who seems to have come to the left-hand side, and Dobson has come to the right-hand side. Slough gone back to a 4-4-2 with wingers formation for the start of the second half. Ball play back here towards Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And a long ball by him, trying to find Dobson. Dobson does well to flick the ball on. Comes here towards Flood. Flood with a little back heel towards Dobson. Dobson plays the ball in, but it's well defended there by the captain, Miller, and comes here towards Page. Page holds the ball up on the halfway line. Gets a little push in the back from Hollis. Ball played in towards Rains. Rains tries to turn, finds Davis. Davis is on being played onside by Nathan Smart. Comes down the right-hand side. Gets his cross straight at George Wells. Mark Nisbet's there for Slough to hook the ball away. And then under pressure, Wells gives the ball out. He's got it, let it go out for a corner as George Wells. Ball just got stuck underneath his feet there, and it's out for a corner to Frome for the start of this second half. And Frome have a very good away record in the Southern Premier League. They've won 9 of their 16 games, drawn 2 and lost 5. Actually scored more goals away from home than they have at home. Corner comes in from Davies. It's a good corner. Hemmings with the header. He can't direct it goal. His ball's still on the edge of the box with Rains. Rains turns again, slips, and it allows Matt Lynch to come in and steal the ball. And he brings the ball out here towards Flood. Slough trying to attack on the counter, but the ball's played here towards Nathan Smart. Smart has the ball just on the halfway line, bringing the ball forwards, travelled a good 20 yards, plays the ball forward, it gets a deflection, comes off Matt Lynch, and Lynch just can't keep the ball in play. It's gone out for a throw to Frome down this near hand side, and it will be Withy that will take the throw for Frome. And again, looking for Page. Page wins the header, only in as far as Nisbet, and Nathan Smart has accidentally caught Mitchell Page on the ankle. He's taking his boot off to show the referee. Ball comes in towards Williams. Williams heads it in towards Dunn. Trying to get there. Oh, he's just fired the ball wide. It's actually some really good defending in the end by Mapstone, who gets his foot to it, and it gone out for a corner here to the Rebels. But good play by the Rebels. They got in behind the back line, but some really good defending again by Frome. It's corner to Slough, and Dobson will go across to go and take it. And Page still doing his boots up after attempting to show the referee that he'd been trodden on, but it's a corner here to the Rebels. Now with a different formation here for the second half. Dobson with the ball in, it's gone through, it's in! And it's come off Chris Flood! The equaliser on 48 minutes for the Rebels. The corner from James Dobson comes in, the goalkeeper came for it, didn't get a touch on it, and a glancing header by Chris Flood makes it 1-1 here at Arbour Park. And Mitchell Page, the number 9, getting a bit of friendly abuse from the Slough fans in the ground here, as he still sat on the ground doing his boot up. And Slough started second better. Slough playing with a 4-4-2. They swapped Dobson and Lynch. Lynch playing on the left and Dobson playing on the right here at the moment. And it's the kick-off here with Frome, and they've played it out here towards Withy. Withy immediately closed down by Flood. Ball played in towards Page. Page now with 2 boots on, plays the ball forwards. It's headed off the head of Rains, and it comes through to Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And Turner just drops the ball a couple of feet outside his ball, plays the ball down. Flood trying to play the ball. Flood wins the header, trying to flick it on. It's been hooked clear by Mapstone, comes into the ground, and instead of people catching the ball, they duck out of the way. It's a throw to the Rebels, and it will be Guy Hollis who comes across to take this throw. And it's level with the 18-yard box of the Frome half. The ball played into the box. Ball bounces around. Comes to Flood. Hooked away though well by Frome. Comes here towards Davies. Davies in the foot race here with Dunn. Davies winning that foot race. Charges down that right-hand side. Dunn stays with him here, and he's just overrun it there. And his little back heel by George Wells means that Slough can bring the ball out here at the moment with Simon Dunn. In towards Manny Williams. Williams with Wells. Holds the ball up. Tries to release Lynch on the far-hand side, but it's got a little bit too much on it, and goes out of play for a throw to the visitors. And Tequila Shark said Slough need to match Frome's physicality. They are a very physical side. Ball is just given away by Slough. For a physical side, they do win a lot of free kicks, as they've just won one there. But yeah, Slough they're not. Slough aren't a physical side. Frome are a very tall side with a lot of strength, and they do like to use their strength. We're not saying it's illegal or anything. They just are a very strong side, and Slough have normally struggled against that. But they're back in the game now as well. Heads the free kick away, hooked on by Dunn towards Flood. Flood turns well on the halfway line. So with a chance to counter attack, played in towards Williams. Williams up against Willie. Williams still gets through. He's got Togwell across the goal if he needs him. He shoots. It's blocked. Comes out. Hooked away by Connor Roberts. The ball will be kept in by Matt Lynch on the far hand side. Slough should have done better. Crosses first time. Flood can't get there. It's headed away by Hemmings. Wells wins the second header and finds Dunn. Dunn just, I don't know what he's done there, but it's gone straight out of play for a goal kick. And Williams really chose the wrong option there. He should have played that ball across the 6-yard box. He had two waiting players, but Williams just had the shot and it was well blocked by the goalkeeper Phillips. But again, Slough have made the goalkeeper work, and it's a lot different to the first half, where Slough only had a really soft header straight at the goalkeeper for all of their work. Long kick here, goal kick in here, headed away well by George Wells. Ball's come through, it's won back by Togwell, gets forward here and brings the ball forward to Togwell. He's got Dobson here on the overlap. He finds Manny Williams in towards Flood. Flood holds the ball up. He's got Lynch on the run as well, in towards Togwell. Togwell advance, finds Nathan Smart, who's up here for this attack. Nathan Smart trying to barge his way through. The ball's hooked clear, and the Slough management team looking for a penalty there that, well, not even, I think it's supposed to be obstruction, to be honest. But it's a throw to Slough by the home dugout. Hollis has come across for Slough to take. Nisbet goes forward, which means that Togwell will sit in here for Slough. It's Hollis has gained a few yards with this throw. He's almost level with the 18-yard line as he puts his throw into the box. Easily headed away by Hemmings. He'll come here towards Togwell. Togwell's header means that Hollis has to work hard to keep the ball in, and does well, and then plays the ball across here. And he got caught there by Jeffries after the ball was played, and it's a free kick to Slough. And it's a free kick to Slough, deep inside their own half, and Nathan Smart is going to leave it for Jack Turner to come across to take. 1-1 here at Arbour Park, as Turner plays the ball in towards Nisbet. Goalkeeper comes. That's a good catch by the goalkeeper under some pressure from Mark Nisbet. It's a good claim by him, but he doesn't release the ball quickly. And a long kick here, looking for Page, but that will run through to Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And ball's here with George Wells. Wells can bring the ball forward. Plays it in here, looking for the run of Simon Dunn. Dunn trying to get past, holds the ball. Just couldn't control the ball. And Hemmings has the ball here, but he just wastes too much time. It's won back here by Simon Dunn. Ball played here towards Dobson. Dobson now operating on this right hand side. He's got Nathan Smart on him. A touch there, but it's come back here towards Simon Dunn. Dunn bursting in towards the 18-yard box. Has his shot blocked. Comes out here towards Togwell. Togwell back here towards Nathan Smart. Smart, little ball inside towards Lynch. Finds Dobson. Dobson now up against Wibby. Dobson trying to get the ball in. Wants it on his left foot. Crosses with his left foot. Goes to the far post. And it's missed off the line. It's been cleared. Comes out here. Lynch trying to get there. Hemmings has the ball inside his own half. Inside his own penalty area. Ball cleared only as far as Nathan Smart. Smart just gets clumped by Mitchell Page there. The linesman has given a throw to Slough. It should really be a free kick. And it is a free kick for a foul there by Mitchell Page. He doesn't like the decision, but it is a free kick to Slough. And it's a free kick which James Dobson will take. It's a good 30 yards away from goal. Must be 35 yards. And he is right on this sideline here. But it is Dobson standing over this free kick for Slough. Nisbet and Hollis have gone forwards for Slough. Slough starting the second half with a bit more tempo. Ball played in. That's a good ball in. It's got it across the goal. And it just the goalkeeper Phillips just gets to the ball before Lynch. It was Hollis that headed the ball back across the goal. The ball's rolled out here to Wivy, the left back. He chips the ball forwards, finding Page. Page just gives up as it goes a little bit behind him, and it looks like Frome have just lost a little bit of their intensity here at the moment, and the ball's now with Mark Nisbet in towards Lynch. Lynch just comes inside to win the ball back and finds Nisbet out here towards Togwell. Jules Wells on the push a little bit further here for Slough. Finds the ball in towards Williams. Williams beats Connor Roberts to the ball. Holds the ball up. Turns. Looks to play the ball across. Oh, he finds Togwell with a lovely pass. Togwell back in towards Williams. Williams shoots first time, and it's another good save by Phillips in the Frome goal. And what a surprise this is. Second half. Slough have been on fire. And a second shot saved by Phillips from Manny Williams, and Slough totally different side to the first half, and the long ball headed away well by Nisbet. Dunn tries to flick it on, finds Dobson back in towards Dunn. Slough keeping the ball better in towards Lynch. Lynch finding a bit of space inside that centre circle, turns, runs with the ball, goes past Chris Miller on the far hand side. Miller just holds him up slightly. Back here with Lynch in towards Togwell. Togwell playing very advanced. Togwell takes a shot, takes a deflection, and it's kept in well by Phillips. Again, good goalkeeping by the Frome goalkeeper, and does well, as it looks like it could have been just looping into the back of the net, but he got there to sweep it wide and keeps hold of the ball from going out for a corner. And it's all action here in this start of this second half. Long ball forward. Rains beaten to the ball by Togwell. Comes through towards Williams. First to the ball. Just if he gets there for Frome. Then one back by Simon Dunn towards Dobson. In towards Williams. Williams turns. Holds the ball up. Holds again. Just evades the challenge of the Frome captain Miller. Here with Nathan Smart. Smart just caught again. And that is the second time that the number 11 has caught Nathan Smart, and I would expect that to be a yellow card for the number 11, Darren Jeffries. And it is in fact a yellow card for him on 57 minutes. That's the second time that he's caught a Slough player down this near hand side. And we'll see if we can find you some scores from the other games in a second. I'm just going to wait for this free kick to come in. This time it's Lynch that will take this free kick for Slough. 30 yards away, again, a couple of feet away from the sideline on this near hand side where the main stand is at Arbour Park. It's Lynch standing over this free kick. Jeffries has just been booked. She's been told to come back a couple of yards. Lynch with the ball in. It's too close to goal. The goalkeeper punches the ball when he really had time to control it. The ball come through to Simon Dunn. Keeps the ball in level with the 18-yard box. Finds Wells. Wells takes the touch. Looks to cross first time. Looks for a great cross. Jumping is Nisbet. Ball comes back out here towards Lynch. Lynch's shot blocked by Hemmings. Headed on by Togwell. Hollisu shoots, and again it's a great save by Phillips in the Frome goal. And without Phillips, he would have been, Slough would be 4 up here. He's made some 3 really good saves as the Frome Town goalkeeper. First half, he could have gone and had a cup of tea and read a newspaper. This half, he's been much the busier, and he's been equal to everything that Slough have thrown, apart from that one goal that Slough got from that corner. Ball's here with Wells on the far hand side, keeps it in. Dobson's appeared on the left hand side for a second. Does well to turn his man. Now runs across and then plays it in towards Flood. Flood little pass in towards Dunn. Dunn trying to get there, gets a touch in and finds Matt Lynch. Lynch gets to the 18-yard, just slips at the wrong time, and he's just come back a little bit wide in towards Dobson. Dobson will try and keep the ball in. Back out here. Dobson crosses first time. Goes to the back post, but it's a good save by the goalkeeper. And he just got caught there as Phillips, and he's gone down there, but he seems to be okay. Is he looking for some treatment? I think he is actually going to get some treatment. So while the goalkeeper is getting some treatment, let's have a look, see if we can find you some scores from around in the other games in our league. I can tell you that Gateshead have taken the lead. It's Gateshead 3, Maidenhead 1. Big score in the big game of the day. It's Hereford 0, Kings Lynn 1. And it's a goal that will mean that Slough will have some a further gap if it stays like that. It's Bishop Stortford 1, Redditch 0, excuse me. The goalkeeper's fine, he's back on his feet. We're just going to see if we can find you those goals. Fryatt with that goal for Kings Lynn, and it's the goalkeeper Phillips will get the game back underway with a ball from his hand, a goal kick, and again looking for Page down that far hand side. Page and Wells just leaves the ball to go over his head. It goes out of play for a throw to the Rebels, taken quickly and thrown back towards Jack Turner in the Slough goal, and Turner can just bring the ball out here and finds Hollis. Hollis with that effort that was well saved just a few minutes ago. Has the ball at his feet. In towards Simon Dunn. Back out here towards Hollis and Smart. Smart back in towards Hollis. Chipped across here. And again Frome challenging and trying to chase down here. Hollis will go back to his goalkeeper Turner. And Turner's just been Told to aim for Dobson. Long ball in, looking for Dobson. Dobson beats Withy to the ball. Ball comes through, and it's headed back really well by the defender Mapstone towards goalkeeper Phillips, with Dobson chasing. But good defending there by Frome on the far hand side. And again, it's Phillips with this goal kick from his hands. Again, long down the field. Looking for Page, won by Nisbet. Ball bounces around. Togwell gets there first for Slough and finds Flood. Flood with the ball down the line. Williams is onside. So Dobson was off, but Williams has continued his run. Gets to the edge of the box. Comes down towards the 6-yard box. Tries to get a touch. And a really good challenge there by Connor Roberts. Just sticks a leg out. And it's a corner now to Slough. But Slough scored from their last corner. And again, it's Dobson that's going to take this one on this near hand side. Finally, the Slough fans wake up and get some noise behind them here. So Slough with this in-swinging corner from this near-hand side. 15 minutes of this second half gone even. Score 1-1 at the moment. Dobson with this ball to come in. And it goes near post. It's gone all the way through, bouncing around, headed away this time by Mapstone. Comes out here towards Page. Page chips into the path of Rains. Rains has just come deep. Tries to play the ball here for Jeffries, but it's got too much on it. But the referee has pulled it back for a foul by Simon Dunn on Rains. And it will be a free kick to Frome. And it'll be a free kick halfway inside their own half. And it's the goalkeeper Phillips who will take this free kick here, and he's halfway inside his own half and aimed here towards Page again. And again, it's headed away by Nisbet, only as far as Hemmings. Hemmings such as overrun by Rains, and Lynch can't get there. Rains has managed to find the ball back out here to the right back, Chris Miller. Miller with the little ball into the captain, George Miller. George Miller up against Togwell. Togwell has stolen it off and tried to keep the ball in. It's just come off Togwell last. It is a throw now to Frome, deep inside the Slough half by the corner flag, a couple of yards away from that corner flag on the far hand side. And it looks like it'll be Chris Miller that will take this throw in for Frome. And I can't believe that Frome are actually time wasting with this throw at 1-1. It's just Miller with this throw in towards George Miller. Back out here towards Davies. Davies trying to get a bit of space to orchestrate a cross. Oh, he does really well. Good play by him. Good cross. It's headed away though low by Wells and into the path of Dobson. Dobson being told to bring the ball forwards here with pace. He's got Nathan Smart on his outside if he needs him. He's got Nathan Smart in. Oh, he plays a lovely ball in towards Flood. Oh, Flood just can't control it. Mapstone gets there. It's cleared by Slough. Only as far as Dunn. Oh, Dunn plays it into the path of Lynch. Lynch bursts into the box. Trying to go. Oh, he's just trod on the ball at the wrong time. And it allows Roberts to bring the ball out for Frome, but he gives it straight to Togwell. Togwell then just wins the ball. Rains has gone down as if he's been injured. Ball's with Togwell. Chips into the far post. It's offside. And Rains and Togwell are both down here at the moment. But Rains was shouting there as he got tackled by Togwell, and there's a stoppage in the game here. It's still 1-1, but Slough have been a totally different side after the break here. And you would wonder why sometimes you don't get that team talk before the game rather than at half time. But it's a different Slough side this second half. And a couple of the Slough players, Dunn and Dobson, just coming over to get a bit of instruction from the management team here while there's a break in play. Let's see if we can find you some scores from around the Southern Premier League for you. Let's have a look. Let's just see what we can find for you. It doesn't seem I think Dunstable has scored a goal against Tiverton. It's Dorchester 1, Merthyr 2. Kings Lynn have doubled their lead. It's now Hereford 0, Kings Lynn 2. And it looks like the game will restart with a free kick for offside inside the Frome penalty area. It'll be the goalkeeper Phillips that will take this throw. Temporarily down to 10 men here as Rains is trying to get some treatment. Ball played full to Jeffries, but he can't keep the ball in. It's out for a throw to the Rebels. And it's Nathan Smart is going to leave the throw here for Guy Hollis. And a long throw by him, headed away by Mapstone towards Jeffries, who plays the ball forwards. Page heads the ball up in the air, and Nisbet comes across for Slough. Won by Togwell. Oh, and then Nathan Smart can't keep it. And it's Frome back to 10 men with Rains being allowed back on the field. It's going to be Whippy that comes across to take this throw. For Frome, about 20 yards away from the Slough goal. Quickly taken in, finding Page. Page trying to hook the ball across, but it will come through to George Wells. Heads the ball forwards and then continues his run. Got Matt Lynch in front of him if he needs it. Oh, Wells has travelled 50 odd yards. Plays the ball in for Williams. Williams takes a touch. Back in towards Wells. Played in first time towards Dobson. Oh, Dobson left it for Flood. And it was a good idea, but Flood just couldn't get there. It's good defending in the end by Ben Wivey, the Frome left back who clears the ball. It's a throw to Slough on the far hand side, taken quickly towards Wells. Wells gets his cross in, it takes the deflection, falls here towards Simon Dunn. Simon Dunn cuts it back in, shoots, it's a goal! It's Simon Dunn! And Slough the lead. And on 66 minutes, Simon Dunn gives Slough the lead. And for the first time in a long time, Slough have managed to score 2 goals against Frome, and that is Simon Dunn's 4th goal of the season for the Rebels, and the Rebels lead 2-1 here at Arbor Park. They've come from behind to take the lead. A different second half appearance here by Slough, and there's some complaining going on by the Frome players to the referee. And still the captain George Miller is complaining to the referee, but the game kicks off here with Frome. Played the ball in here towards George Miller, out to Jeffries, just inside the Slough half, towards Cummings. It was a lovely little touch, finds Page. Page looks up, trying to release Davis, but the ball's got too much. Chris Miller will try and close it down, but it's taken well by Lynch towards the goalkeeper. And it's Jack Turner with the ball at his feet inside his penalty area. Long kick by him down the field. Flicked on well by Flood. In fact, Flood wins the second one back in towards Dobson. Dobson evades the challenge of Hemmings. Looks to shoot. Hemmings gets back to block, and the ball will come through to Page. Page beaten to the ball by Hollis. Hollis is being held off and then goes back to the goalkeeper Turner. Good defending there by Guy Hollis. And Turner has the ball at his feet. And it's a ball played out to Wells. Wells can't keep that ball in. It's gone out of play for a throw. And that is the first time that Slough have scored 2 goals against Frome since 1982. And that was the last time that Slough beat Frome Town. Ball's here with Simon Dunn, but it's a foul on Chris Miller. Means it's a free kick to Frome on the far hand side, just inside their own half. Looks like they can make the first substitution of the game. And it's going to be Jeffries, the player, off. And coming on is Ollie Knight. And that is Ollie Knight coming on. He will fit into that left wing position for Frome. And it'll be a free kick to Frome, just about 10 yards inside their own half, to be taken by Connor Roberts. And he pumps the ball forwards again, looking for a Frome player. It's headed away, comes to Dobson. Dobson's little flick, and Williams will try and get there first, but it's won by Mapstone. His ball inside towards George Miller. Still has the ball, does the captain and scorer of the Frome goal. Just turns away, chips it to the far post. On the back far side is Rains. Rains couldn't keep the ball in, and it's gone out of play for a goal kick to Slough. Royston are 3-0 up in their game. Royston 3, Kings Langley 0. Sorry. Let's see if we can find you a couple of scores while we just wait for a ball to come back in to get this game back underway. And so it's Jack Turner that will take this goal kick. And it's still a little bit quiet here at Arbor Park, despite Slough now leading 2-1. Long ball by Turner, well run by George Miller, only as far as Nathan Smart, only as back towards George Miller, hit straight at Togwell. Togwell chips the ball forward, and Williams and Flood chasing this one. Flood will get there first for Slough, holds the ball up. Mapstone tries to get there. Good defending by Mapstone. Finds the ball out to the substitute Knight. He plays it down looking for Page. Page beaten to the ball by Hollis. He'll chase his own flick on, but smashed clear by Nisbet. And underneath it is Lynch. Lynch with a cushion header trying to find Williams. Miller with the header. Williams tries to get there first. He plays it. It hits Connor Roberts, and Lynch will keep it in for Slough and finds George Wells. Wells, a couple of feet inside his own half. We've got John Davis standing in front of him. Finds Matt Lynch. Lynch with a little ball in towards Dunn. Dunn, score of the second goal for Slough. Gets out of some play and finds Lynch. Lynch on this far hand side. Just comes back towards Nisbet. And Nisbet just plays the ball across to Williams. Williams finds a little bit of space in between the defence and play. Comes and misses evades a challenge. Finds Dobson here on this right hand side. Dobson will try and get it onto his left surely. Gets down there with his right foot. Plays it across. It's almost an own goal by Connor Roberts. It's a good save by Phillips again. Almost an own goal. But well defended off the line. And then a quick ball forwards looking for the number 9 Page. And it's gone out for a throw to the Rebels here, and Guy Hollis takes it quickly for Slough, throws it all the way back towards the goalkeeper Turner. Turner has the ball, couple of feet outside his penalty area. Long ball down the field, played in towards Dobson. Dobson again wins the flick on, finds Chris Flood. Flood right by the corner flag area, just plays it in. Here finds Dobson with a bit of space. Dobson on his left foot, chips it in towards Williams. Williams has ghosted in, holds the ball up just by the 6-yard box, being held back here by Roberts. Back here towards Wells. Wells' shot is blocked well again by Frome, defending well, but Slough now in the ascendancy. Ball back out is cleared by Frome, only as far as Nisbet. Lovely little ball in here towards Wells, down this left hand side. Crosses first time. A couple of players go for it. Flood goes for it, but it comes off the back head of Vivian Flood, and it's a good gather by the goalkeeper Phillips. And he gets a long kick down the field, looking for Davis, but it's well read by Nisbet, who wins the header and finds Togwell. Togwell just overstretches the ball. It's won back by Rains. But he hits it straight at Dunn. And Dunn just a touch towards Hollis. And Hollis, industrial clearance that is by Hollis, all the way from inside his own half by the centre circle towards the goalkeeper, who grabs that easily and then looks to get the ball straight down the other end of the field. Again, aimed towards Page. Page just can't control it. Goes through to Jack Turner in the Slough goal. Just does a bit of keepy-uppy on that far hand side. And he'll wait for Page to slowly come and challenge him before he picks the ball up. And he's looking to roll the ball out, but I think he's going to kick this one. And aims again towards Flood. Up against the left back. Flood does well. Turns and holds the ball up. Trying to play it in towards Nathan Smart. Smart gets there, but it's a block and it's clear. Only as far as Togwell. Togwell's header can't get cleared. Nathan Smart dips his head in, but it's come here towards Rains. Holds it in towards Page. Knight tries to get past there, and Hollis just blocks his run. And it goes all the way back through to Turner. And played out here towards George Wells. Wells in towards Lynch. Lynch is picking up the ball up inside his own half. Got Wells on the outside. Just loses the ball. And John Davis with a chance to run at the Slough defence. Gets pulled back there but is well spotted by the referee. And that is a yellow card for Simon Dunn. Pulled his hand back. And good defending. Good refereeing, I should say, by the referee, Mr. Bishop. And that's a yellow card for Simon Dunn. That's his first yellow card of the season. And it's a free kick for Frome. Roughly about 10 yards inside the Slough half. Standing over it is John Davis. He's got all the centre-backs. In fact, the entire back four have gone forward for Frome here. And the ball played into the box. Headed away by Dobson and then get clattered by Page again. And it's a free kick to Slough. Good defending by James Dobson, and Page and Hollis just laughing it off here. And it's what was Page do? Page just got the ball for some reason, and then he's wasting time. His team are 2-1 down. I just don't understand what he's doing. It's a free kick to Slough. Turner will take it 5 yards outside of his penalty area. Slough with the 2-1 lead here. 2 goals in the second half from Chris Flood and from Simon Dunn. And then Turner's being told to aim the ball to this side. It does. Finds Dobson. Dobson wins the flick on again. In towards Flood. Flood just being held. They can't win the ball. And it's hooked clear by Knight. Ball flicked on by Page, but no one else is up there with him. And it goes through to Turner, who gets the ball at his feet. Couple of yards outside of his own penalty area. He looks again to play the ball, looking for Flood up against Wivy. Comes off the head of Wivy, good defending, but it's out of play for a throw to Slough, and it's around about level the 18-yard line. Now the Slough fans are making some noise on that far hand side. Suddenly come over a little bit cold. I'm just going to, after this throw, I'm just going to stop and do my jacket up. It's come over a little bit nippy here. Quick throw here by Nathan Smart in towards Dobson. Dobson plays it off the substitute, and it's been kept from going for a corner, is it? I can't see what the linesman has indicated. Does he indicate a corner or a throw? It's a throw, I think, for Slough, right by the corner flag. Just going to do my jacket up while it's a break. Okay, this long throw from Hollis, just about to come in here. Goes in, headed away well by Hemmings to the edge of the box, cleared by George Miller. The ball will be chased by Davies, but he finds Wells. Wells draws a lovely ball in towards Hollis here. Hollis gets down the right hand side. A great challenge though by Wivy, and Slough playing some good football, but some good defending again here by Frome. But it's Slough with this 2-1 lead as we go into the last 15 minutes of the game here at Arbour Park. It's Lynch who's going to come across to take this corner for Slough, and some people are leaving already. This is a bit early, but it's I can't see what's going on because he's in the way. Lynch will take this corner. It'll be an out-swinging corner for the Rebels, and the ball played into the edge, and it's Williams who's had a shot blocked, and it's gone out for a corner. And this time they're going to let James Dobson take this corner. It'll be an in-swinging corner, this one. Slough's first goal of the game came from a James Dobson corner. Can they work their magic again here? In front of the Slough fans packed behind that goal. It's played in with some pace. Headed away by George Miller. Comes to the edge of the box. Come down. The ball will come out here towards Manny Williams. He's got Nisbet on the far hand side. Good stop by Wivy. Gets the ball out. It's a throw now to the Rebels. And they're going to send Guy over. Guy doesn't want to go over to take it, so it's going to be Manny Williams that will take this throw on the far hand side for Slough into the final 15 minutes here. Slough with this 2-1 lead. Are they heading for their first victory against Frome since 1982? Throw goes in towards Lynch. Lynch in the corner. Manages to get the ball back out here towards Wells. Well, Wells has just lost the ball. Tries to win the ball back. It's been brought out well here on the far hand side by Rains, looking up to find Page, but intercepted by Nisbet. Ball played in towards Lynch. Lynch with Wells. Wells has just Lynch has been blocked there, and it's a free kick to Slough. And Chris Miller has to be very careful. He is on a yellow card, but the referee says he's just standing there chatting to him, so I don't think he's going to do that much about it. It's going to be a free kick to the Rebels. And I think it's the two Millers, Chris Miller and George Miller, being called over by the referee. I think he's just saying that that's a final warning for Chris Miller. 581 is the attendance, I believe, that's just been announced. So it's a free kick here for Slough. It's going to be Matt Lynch to take this on the far hand side. It's around about 35 yards away from goal, but it is right by the sideline, or byline as you call it. But Lynch scoops up to take this ball. It goes into the back post. It's headed away well. Comes out to the edge where Page beats Dunn to the ball, and then Page just flicks the ball out. It's gone out of play for a throw to the Rebels here. And Slough will wait for Nathan Smart to come across to take this throw. And Smart just waiting here for a bit of movement. Movement comes from Flood. Flood just showing himself down this right hand side. Got two players there. Withy gets a touch to it, and it's another throw to the Rebels. And Slough aren't going to press too many people forwards for this one. Guy Hollis isn't coming forwards to take this throw here at the moment, so it's going to be Nathan Smart to take this throw, a couple of feet away from the sideline. And in towards Dobson. Dobson gets the ball back into the path of Smart. Smart looking to play back in towards Dobson. Dobson does a few little turns, finds Williams. Williams gets to the byline. Can he keep the ball in? He does, but it hits the hands of Phillips. And in fact, it has gone out of play. and it's going to be a goal kick from the dead ball situation. Going to be a double substitution for Frome here this afternoon as they put on to try and get back into the game. Coming on is number 14 Ollie Knowles for number 10 Joe Rains, and then coming on will be Ryan Bath, but we're not sure who is coming off yet. Number 9 Mitchell Page, so that's a double substitution for Frome. It's Page and Rains off. Coming on is Ollie Knowles and Ryan Bath. That's your double substitution. That is the last substitution that Frome can make. That is on 80 minutes. And the game will restart with a goal kick. In fact, Slough are making a substitution. Manny Williams is coming off. Coming on is Perry Coles. So Manny's just having a little chat with the referee. The referee's just telling him to hurry up off the pitch here. And Manny's smiling a bit as he just claps the fan to get a warm round of applause for his performance today. He's had he's had 4 efforts in this game so far. He hasn't scored, but it's a goal kick here by Phillips. Well run by Hollis, only as far as Withy. Withy gets the rebound but can't keep the ball in. It goes out of play for a throw.
Number 16, Terry Coles.
Thought he was announcing the man of the match. That's a bit early. It's a throw here to Slough inside their own half. Guy Hollis, Nathan Smart that goes to take the throw. Goes down the field looking for Dobson. Headed away by Withy into the centre where Dunn tries to get it. It comes through to Togwell. And Togwell's ball is played forwards. And there's a head injury here to Simon Dunn from a challenge from Chaz Hemmings. Sorry, not Chaz Hemmings.
As selected by Matthew Rowley of Scar, today's match sponsor. Here's Slough Town's number 7, James Dobson.
James Dobson has been named as the Slough Town man of the match, even though we have really got 9 minutes left here. And it's Simon Dunn just got caught on the ground there. I think he's just got a bang on the nose. It's he's just getting some treatment. Frome just having a little chat with some of their players here. We've got a break. Let's see if we can find you some latest scores in the Southern Premier League for you. And it's Simon Dunn still being treated on the pitch here for a nose injury. Computer's decided to be very slow today, so I can't get you some of the... What's that going on here? Let's have a look to see what we can find for you. So see, Dunn has just come back off the pitch, but he's okay to continue. The linesman just making sure that he's going to be okay. Let's give you the... Dobson will give the ball back towards Frome's goalkeeper Phillips. And both teams are back to 11 men. We've got around about 8 minutes left to give you the scores from the Southern Premier League. The ball bouncing around. Done with the hooked clearance. It's headed by George Miller towards the substitute Knowles. Knowles chipping the ball forwards here. Wells will try and see the ball out here up against Hemmings, and it is out for a goal kick to the Rebels. Latest scores in the Evo-Stick Southern Premier League. Banbury 2, Farnborough 1. Basingstoke 1, St Neots 0, Biggleswade 0, Weymouth 2, Bishop Stortford 3, Redditch 0, Chesham 0, Hitchin 0, it's Dorchester 1, Merthyr 2, Hereford 0, Kings Lynn 2, Royston 3, Kings Langley 0, Tiverton 5, Dunstable 1 is the latest scores in the Elastic Southern Premier League. As we wait for Turner to take this goal kick for Slough, aimed here towards Flood and Dobson. It's Dobson who wins the flick on towards Coles. Coles finds Flood with the ball. Coles still running forward. Flood just evades a couple of challenges, but then Mapstone puts a leg out to block the ball. Played forwards here towards Davies. Davies lets the ball run across his body. Nisbet comes across to face him. Comes down this right hand side. Still has the ball, does Davies. Trying to get a bit of space. Tries to get across in. And it's stopped by Nisbet. He hooks the ball away. Only as far as Chris Miller. Miller plays the ball back out to Davies. And Davies smashes the ball into the box. Chris Miller comes to get it. What is the ball? Oh, well, Jack Turner has come out. He's gone and missed the ball. And it's Hollis that kicks the ball away from the goal. And it's a corner. Is it a corner? It's a throw, sorry, to Frome, right by the corner flag. In towards George Miller, their captain. Back out here towards Chris Miller. His ball is blocked as it aims to go in the box. Davis tries to get there. Togwell gets his body in there, but Davis still has the ball. Comes to the edge of the area where it's played in. It's chested down here by Bath. Towards John Davis, who hammers the shot, but it only finds the side netting. And a good chance of Frome. Really their first of this second half. And it's hit the side netting. Slough still with the lead here, 2-1, as we come into the last 6 minutes of the game here at Arbour Park. Turner just taking his time with this goal kick. Slough 2-1 up. Goals from Flood and Dunn. And Turner just taking a bit of time with this goal kick. And launches it long towards Flood. Flood up against Mapstone. Mapstone wins the header. It's headed by Knowles into the path of Connor Roberts, being chased down by Coles. And Roberts hooks the ball clear, only as far as Dunn. Dunn takes a touch but gets forced off the ball by Hemmings. Togwell trying to win the ball back. Comes in, it's won by Nisbet, but the referee will put it back for a free kick to Frome on the centre circle. It'll be Knowles that looks to take this one. Now under pressure here at the moment. And it's Slough just watching as they play the ball forward. It's come through, it's chested on by Bath, in towards Togwell. Ball bouncing around with George Miller. Back out here towards Bath. Bath just trying to evade a few challenges. Finds the other substitute Knowles. Knowles drills a pass out here to Chris Miller on the right back. Played in towards Davies. Davies takes a touch. Dobson standing in front of him. Davies plays the ball in. Dunn stretches to win the ball. Ball with Coles. Coles tries to release Dobson, but it's just a little bit too far in front. And it's given away though by Roberts into the path of Dobson. Dobson trying to break through, trying to chip the goalkeeper from distance. It's just over the top of the goal, unfortunately. But it's given away there by Frome. And we've got 3.5 minutes plus whatever the referee adds on here at Arbour Park. Phillips with this goal kick for Frome. It's a massive kick down the field. Underneath it is Nisbet. Gets a touch to it. Wills tries to get there first and does. Flench comes across to find the ball and keeps hold of it. Then smashes the ball clear, trying to find Coles. Roberts is up there. He stretches to keep the ball in. Finds Chris Miller. Beats the challenge of Togwell. We've been towards George Miller, but it's won back here by Wells. And there's a it's actually a foul to Frome here for Matt Lynch, who's been judged with foul and got a punch in the face or smash in the face as well. So I don't know how that's happened, but Lynch saying that he doesn't want any possession. Banbury have just gone 3 up against Farnborough. Banbury 3, Farnborough 1. And it looks like King's Lynn are going to do the double over Hereford at the moment. It's a free kick. Lynch is off the field, so Slough temporarily down to 10 men at the moment. Ball will be played into the box. Underneath it is Nisbet. Frome looking for a penalty. Ball bouncing around, but Turner's there for Slough to dive on top of the ball. And Turner just lays on the ball while Ryan Bath is stood next to him. Lynch has been allowed back on the field, so Slough back to 11 men. And Turner has the ball, just drops it down and then plays it forwards, looking for Flood. Flood up against Wivey. It's won by Wivey, but only as far as Dunn. Dunn just tries to get there. Finds Togwell. Dunn just got trodden on there. And it's missed badly by the referee there. And it was Knowles with the tread on Dunn. The ball's gone all the way down. It's a throw to the Rebels here at the moment. And we're into the final 2 minutes of normal time. Quick throw by Smart in towards Dobson, back in towards Nathan Smart. Smart just finds Flood, just pushed off the ball. Won by Knight. Good bit of play here by Frome, but Flood just uses his body to win the ball. Wins it fairly, now runs on. He's got Coles with him if he needs him. Ball comes across towards Lynch, takes it down, shoots. It's a good save by the goalkeeper. It's wide of the goal, and yet again it's Phillips in the Frome goal that is keeping his side in this game. And I think Miller is going to get a second yellow card for dissent. I've got a funny feeling he's going to get a second yellow card for dissent. Where's he going? He's already booked him. What's he doing? If he is booking Chris Miller, it's a red card. He's already booked him. He's already booked him once. That's a red card. I don't know what the referee's doing. He's given Chris Miller a second yellow card, but he's left him stay on the pitch. So who cares? Ball is in the corner with Slough. They're gonna try and keep it in the corner with between Flood and Lench, and then Miller's just thrown the ball at Lench, and I don't understand how he's still on the field. He's got 2 yellow cards. And it's a throw to Slough right by the corner flag. They're going to need someone just to come across to shield the ball. Flood it is that comes across. Gives the ball to Lench. Lench tries to turn. Comes off Miller again. Slough keeping it into the thing. We're just waiting to see a signal on how many minutes are left in this game. We're into the added time already. And a quick throw again towards Flood. Flood can't keep it in this time. It's a throw to Frome right by the corner flag. Still no indication of the added time on yet. Throw by Frome. It's gone over the head towards Bath. Bath up against Wells. Wells gets the head to it. Comes through towards Togwell. Togwell in towards Lench. Lench tries to keep the ball in. 5 minutes of added time here. The ball has come off Frome for a throw to Slough. 5 minutes of added time. We've already used up a minute. And it's a throw to Slough with Wells down the left-hand side, trying to find Flood. Flood trying to hold the ball up. He's adjudged to have fouled, and it's a free kick to Frome. And Phillips will go across the goalkeeper to take this for Frome. Slough trying to hang on here. Long kick by Phillips. Trying to find Bath, headed away well by Nisbet. Good header, finds Coles. Coles with a little touch in towards Flood. Trying to get the ball back to him, but it's won back here by Slough with Togwell. Out here towards Lench. In towards Flood. Flood holding the ball up. He's got Dobson on this near hand side if he needs him. Puts it into him. It's just got a little bit. Dobson will let the ball run and take it into the corner flag. Up against Wivy. He's just going to try and hold on. He's holding on to the corner flag just to give him an extra bit of space. Wivy does well though to bring the ball out here for Frome. Plays it straight down the field and out of play. So all that good work was outdone. And Slough have a throw which they will take their time on. And Guy Hollis, I think he's going to take it. He's going to let Smart take it a little bit further forwards. We're into the second minute of the time. Wivy heads the ball, gets it to luck to it, in towards Mapstone, in towards the captain George Miller. One back by Dunn, but the ball just ricocheted kindly to Bath. And it's Hemmings who plays the ball in towards Mapstone, looking for Chris Miller on the overlap, but headed away well by George Wells. And Wells tries to keep the ball in, but it's now to play for a throw. It's Miller with this throw. Flicks on by. The ball come in towards Bath. Bath here towards Miller. Miller finds Knowles. Knowles in towards Hemming. Hemming sits with the outside of his foot. Finds Wivy. Wivy halfway inside the Slough half. Tries to just overruns the ball. It's deflected by Dobson into the path of Flood. Flood just can't keep hold of it. Here with Mapstone. Back in towards Knowles. To Mapstone. Mapstone finds Miller. Scores the first Frome goal. Chips the ball in. Looking for a Frome play, headed away by Hollis and then chested by Dunn towards Nisbet, smashed away by Slough. Cole's trying to chase it. It's been played back in. Dunn with the header up in the air again. Headed in by Mapstone. It's going to come to Dobson. Misses his first touch. Then hammers the ball down. Coles will chase that one into the corner with the goalkeeper Phillips. He can't touch it. He just plays a good little ball past Coles into the path of Wivy. Wivy now finds Knowles. Turns inside his own half. Plays the ball forwards. Only as far as Wells. And it's an easy touch by Wells. Lynch goes back towards the goalkeeper Turner. Turner just lets it come across his 6-yard box and then plays the ball out. Dobson up against Wivy. Dobson flicks the ball on but heads it the wrong direction. It comes on by Knight. Only as far as Dunn. Dunn just turns inside. Chips the ball forwards looking for the run of Coles. Coles has got Flood with him if he needs him. Plays the ball in towards Flood. Flood has stopped his run. And Lynch will try and keep the ball alive in the corner flag for Slough. He's trying to come down the byline. He's going to turn. He'll go back towards the corner flag up against Chris Miller. Just going to turn and keep the ball in there. We've got about a minute and 12 seconds on. Lynch still kept the ball on. It comes off Miller. It's a corner to the Rebels. Slough keeping the ball in that corner flag. He's really had a chance there. Flood just stopped his run as Coles played him in. Coles in the previous home game took the chance. And this time he's played it across and Slough still couldn't score. It's a corner to Slough. I don't understand why someone's not standing right next to Matt Lynch to keep the ball in there. Flood is slowly going over to do that. And Slough take it short into the corner. Flood holding the ball up. Miller comes across to try and win it. Ball just bouncing around between some players. Comes here towards Lynch. Lynch comes down the sideline. Oh, he goes past one. Goes down in the penalty area. It's a corner. Slough fans looking for a penalty there. We've got 30 seconds of the game left. Slough have got a corner in that far hand side. Lynch is going across to take it again. Again, it'll be a short corner in. And Lynch just taking a breather. The referee pointing to him and telling him to hurry up into the corner flag. Frome just trying to hold on there in this far corner. It's Slough just trying to keep the ball in that corner. In towards Flood. Flood does it. It's the final whistle here at Arbour Park. And in 5 minutes of added time, Slough have seen off Frome for their first victory against the Robins since 1982. Frome took the lead in the first half with George Miller, the captain, who scored with a good header. Slough then in the second half, goals from Chris Flood. He puts his 20th goal of the season, and then Simon Dunn with the winner on 66. It means that Slough have got 3 points here at Arbour Park in one of their last few games. Phillips, the Frome goalkeeper, he's a bit disappointed. He's not gone on and clapped thanks any players. He's come off, but without Phillips in the Frome goal, Slough really could have had 4 or 5 here this afternoon. But it is 3 points for the Rebels as they now embark on 5 away games in a row, and some of the goals results in the games means that it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks here at for Slough with these 5 away games starting on Tuesday away to Kings Lynn, who are currently winning at Hereford. We'll try and give you the details of those up-to-date scores now. The Slough players just been clapped off by the Slough fans here. It's full time here at Slough with that first victory since 1982. 36 years of hurt have gone by. Full time at Hereford. Hereford 0, Kings Lynn 2. Full time against Biggleswade. Biggleswade 1, Weymouth 2. Let's have a look. But I think that that means that all the teams apart from Hereford in the top group of 1. Kettering didn't play today. Their game against Gosport was called off. It's full time is Dorchester 1, Merthyr 2. Just going to see if we can find you some more scores for it. Banbury 4-1 against Farnborough. And number 10. Let's have a look and see what we can find. Just trying to find the last of those results for you. Let's see what else has come up for you. So hopefully on Tuesday we will be back to give you a commentary of that game. We should be getting there. So we should be able to have some commentary for Tuesday's game away to Kings Lynn, which will now be an important game as they've won at Hereford. Full time is Basingstoke 1, St Neots 0. And there you go. So there you go. It's going to be an interesting game on Tuesday evening. Slough versus Kings Lynn. We should be there to give you all of the action, and it'll be interesting. Much better second half by the Rebels, as Rebel says on the comments page. But it's all over here at Arbour Park. So we're going to let you all enjoy your weekend. A very happy Mother's Day to all the mums tomorrow. And until Tuesday, when we will hopefully be on, we will tweet out that we'll be there or not. But thank you all for listening. Thank you all for getting in contact. Really hope you've enjoyed today. 3 points for the Rebels means that they go into Tuesday's game on the high. So until then, enjoy the very rest of your weekend.
Confirmation that the final score was better.